Alright, WarFighter Chris Bass here with Chad Gertchie. We're here with Steven, and veteran in the Army. You know, it's his first day coming out to play Airsoft, and pretty much here's the story of the day.
Ready for war?
Always.
Alright, so you just played your first game. How was it?
Exciting. Adrenaline was rushing, you know. Felt great being out there.
Put it down right here. The bird just bangs hard as hell. I did not think it was possible.
To that container that goes this way. Get that far? That's what I'm talking about. I got it.
My name is Steven Gassel.
What branch did you serve in?
I served in the Army, 10th Mountain Division.
Where and when did you deploy?
I deployed 05-06 out in Abu Ghraib area.
What was your experience like on deployment?
You know, you had your good days and bad days, but you know, you wake up next to your buddies, your brothers. You know, it makes for a good time. My job in the Army was 11 Bravo infantry. We were light infantry. We drove Humvees. First started out with 113s, the old track vehicles back in the Vietnam era, the aluminum cans. But eventually we upgraded, so they say, to the good old Humvee up armor. But yeah, we drove those around and we conducted patrols, little missions here and there, whatever the battalion, whatever upstairs called for, you know, we took care of.
How were things when you got back from deployment?
We got back from deployment, I mean, a lot of drinking, you know. Me and my brothers, we go out drinking, you know, it's like a regular thing. Drunk every day. Get into little scuffles with each other, but at that time it was like nothing was wrong.
And how about when you got back home?
I got home, you know, things were tough. Socially. Tried to go to school. It was tough to go to school, tough to be around people. Tough to be around, you know, large crowds was a big thing. You know, a crowd of 30 was just too much for me. Anxiety, you know, the tension, just someone's behind you. I always had to sit in the back where I was at. Even the movie theater to this day, sit in the back wherever I'm at. It's tough.
And when exactly did you realize you were struggling with PTSD?
You know, kind of a hard question. It's like I didn't know it at the time, you know, until people were like, hey, you know, I'm getting angry all the time. You know, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to socialize with my own family. You know, and I start talking to certain people. They're like, you know, then I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. So, you know, it was probably maybe a few months after I came home. I started going to VA and getting treatment.
What are some things you do to help deal with PTSD?
Well, here, I mean, it's been years, but you know, coming out here has been great. Usually, I stick with family. I hang with my family. You know, they're good support for anyone, you know, for me suffering from this. Keep active at work. I mean, I love doing what I do at work, and you know, it helps me keep forward. You know, helping people is what I like to do, and my job entails that. And, you know, it helps me out. It helps me helping other people helps me deal with my issues.
And how did you hear about WarFighter?
WarFighter, well, a good buddy of mine, met in Korea, Chad Gerchi. He came to my house a few weeks ago, and he started talking about these things him and his fellow brother are doing, you know, going to Airsoft and this and that. I was like, oh, that sounds great. I used to paintball years ago, and you know, he says, you know, you got to come out. And sure as heck I did.
And how was playing with WarFighter? Did it help at all, and do you think it continued to help you?
I had a great time today. You know, the smile on my face is always a good thing. You know, coming out, you know, fighting with you guys out here it's great, and you know, I continue doing it. I think it's going to help a lot. You know, relieve all that stress and tension that I have over the week or so, or a few months, whatever. Come out here, throw it out in the field. You know, it'd be nice. Like today, I feel good. Go home, take a shower, relaxed. You know, it'd be nice.
Do you think WarFighter and Airsoft can help you and other vets dealing with PTSD?
I believe so. I believe, you know, individuals that come from the military that know that camaraderie, you know, that brotherhood. You know, you come here to WarFighter, and you can feel that vibe. You can feel that attachment you had while you were with your brothers out there. You know, you come out here, you know, it's you think about it. You know, you think about kicking down a door or something like that, or you know, you're stacking it behind your fellow brother, and you know, it's good. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling.
Is Airsofting something you would want to continue to do in the future?
Most definitely. I want to come out here as much as possible with you guys, or with anybody. Maybe find more veterans to come out here and experience what I've experienced today. You know, this is going to be a thing down the road until I get old enough and I can't do it. So.
Oh, thank you very much for coming out.
All right, guys, that was Steven's day of play with us here at WarFighter. Glad you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your service and for coming out with us. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate your service to this country. So thank you. All right, guys, that's gonna be us. That's gonna be it for today. Charlie and Mike, continue the mission.